Hi, Adam Byatt here with Delicious. Going to try and unpick for you my knife roll. This is the knife kit that I use for everything that I do at home, at work, traveling away, whatever it is. There are 3 knives that I take everywhere. So all my knives are stored like this. I have more than this, but this is generally the knives that I use. I have a range of cook's knives. I have 2 different cook's knives, one that's a 10-inch cook's knife and one that's a smaller cook's knife. This one's from Masono, a Japanese company. So one's smaller than the other, slightly more brutal, cutting through bone. This one's slightly more intimate, butchery of chicken, etc. So a nice cook's knife, you only need 1, you don't need 2. This is very important. This is a pastry knife. It's serrated and it's offset as well. So this is really good for cutting bread, all sorts of other things. Just a really good, useful knife from Victorinox. Use that a lot. Now, I have a couple of carving knives. These 2 were made for me in Kyoto in Japan, and I treasure them. I love them dearly. These are for carving everything, slicing through fish, portioning fish, carving meat at the end. Now, what you'll see about these, they look pretty brutal, but they are carbon steel. Carbon steel just gets really dirty, but it is razor sharp. It needs a nice clean all the time, and it needs to be sharpened all the time, but I prefer them as a tool when I carve. So they go in the everyday set at the front there. Then I have a very thin, flexible knife that I use for filleting fish, but also for cutting vegetables and segmenting citrus as well. So a nice thin bladed knife, really important for me. That goes in the everyday set. Then we've got 2 utility knives, one turning, one normal. These can be any plastic handled knife. I change these every year. When they get a little bit blunt, I just discard them and bring in a new one because they're easy to use, really cheap to replace. Turning and paring. They go in the everyday set. Nice palette knife that I bought in a beautiful shop in Paris. I love this palette knife, use it all the time. Oyster knife, single bladed, nice pair of scissors, mainly for string, fish, fins, that sort of stuff. And this beautiful speed peeler. This is the only speed peeler I use. I think they're fantastic. I sharpen everything with a steel. A lot of people use a stone, but for me, I use a steel. I sharpen my way through what I do. This is just a simple Victorinox steel. So my everyday kit really is that, and that, with a cook's knife as well. And honestly, I can do pretty much all I need with that kit there. So to demonstrate this really beautiful little flexible knife of mine and the uses of a different knife, I'm going to use this citrus to make the most beautiful burrata salad, which is fantastic for this time of the year. I've got an array of citrus here. I've got some clementines and grapefruit, but I've also got this, which is my favorite, which is a bergamot. This is a fantastic citrus. It's sort of where Earl Grey comes from. It's that beautiful Earl Grey. So take off the bottom, take off the top, stand the citrus up like that. So we use, let's use the orange, I think. There. So take the top and tail off of each one. What should we use? Let's use the lime, quite nice. Any citrus like this for this beautiful burrata dish. And of course, January, February, perfect time for citrus. Then what we need to do, the next thing, we need to cut round. So we start on the top, nice and flat. We're trying to cut that white pith off. And we cut all the way around, nice, gently. Then we use the line of the white pith as our guideline to cut all the way around. So very simple, all the way around like that. I am slightly kind of sawing the knife backwards and forwards. And that's really just to slow myself down so I can think about what I'm doing and make sure I'm being really accurate with the cutting all the way around. Just like that. And what we want to do is try and create a really nice round citrus. We don't want to square the citrus off. We don't want any pith left on it. And this will take a bit of practice, but I think if you want to really improve your cookery, these kind of skills, these little crafts, I think are what really make you a better cook. So you'll see that orange is nice and round, and it's really important. You'll see why it's important in a minute. Same with the grapefruit, cut in. Obviously a much thicker skin on the grapefruit. Once you've got the first one off, we can use that guideline all the way around. If you end up like that, like I have, you can just gently cut round with this sharp filleting knife like that. Once we've got that citrus all beautifully rounded off, we then lift up the citrus and cut through again, and then I'll just push that out. And we're looking to create really beautiful, sharp segments like that. Cut in one way, cut in the other, like a V cut, then they meet each other in the middle. You don't have to be this fussy with it. So what at home if it's not really razor sharp? But actually, do you know what? I just think if you've got standards and you've got a way of doing things that are really sharp and really beautiful. Then you just carry that with you. And all of these things I really do think help you to be better in the kitchen and more of a craftsman. Squeeze the juice out. We're going to use that juice, it's really important. Again with the bergamot, wow. So there we go, there's our bergamot segments, and I'm going to squeeze that juice again. We've got a good use for that at the other end. Here's our lime. One thing you would want to be using right now, this time of year, is blood orange. Absolutely beautiful. So if you can get hold of some blood oranges, that would be the one to use right now. So some lime juice in there, lime segments. It's quite amazing how quickly you end up with a really lovely big pile of beautiful segments. And then the grapefruit, which will yield a really fantastic segment for you as well. God, when I started cooking, this was a starter. Nice Florida cocktail. There we go, some nice segments, and we squeeze that through. Like so. Then we end up with this beautiful segments and our lovely juice. Now, one more thing we need to do before this recipe, we need to make a little salad with our fennel. So to bring another knife into this, we're just going to bring that small, more detailed cook's knife back into the fold here, trim off the excess of the fennel, and then just cut through. I want this as fine as possible, and I'm using that forefinger as a guideline so I know where I am. I know how thick I want it. Now, to get that fennel to crisp up really beautifully, all we need is a little bit of ice water. And just pop that fennel into ice water, and it just will make it super crispy and light, and it will sit up fantastic on our burrata at the end. So pop that in ice water just for 10 minutes and really crisp up nicely. The citrus just needs balancing. The burrata is the vehicle for all of this, but actually the citrus needs balancing with the oil, and there needs to be a contrast, otherwise it can end up just quite sweet, and the chili is kind of going to savoury the dish. So I just take out the seeds and that bit of vein in the middle there. Don't want that extra heat. I'm not looking for heat, I'm looking for warmth. So a nice fine dice of chili in there. And that's it, I'm pretty much set to make my lovely salad. In goes my chili. In goes my citrus juice, my mixed citrus juice. In goes some delicious olive oil. About 50-50, so equal quantities olive oil, black pepper, rock salt. So we just try that. Oh, fantastic. To bring this dish together, I'm just going to take a burrata. I just tend to take that knot off the top. The burrata's all open like that now. Then I'm going to come back to my segments. I'm just going to filter around those segments like so and give us a really lovely finish to that. So we've got a big blend of the bergamot and the orange and the grapefruit going in there, and the lime to finish. Not too much lime, because that lime is certainly super citrusy. And then we're just going to season the inside of that burrata, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, like so. Then we're going to take some of this beautiful fennel, no water, into a bowl like that. Then we'll take some of our dressing, just to kind of break it up a little bit, and then we're just going to bunch that up nicely in our hands, just to give us another texture on top there. The thinner you cut that and the longer you leave it in ice, the sharper that will be. Nice textured fennel salad. And then that plate just needs this dressing, and it's liberal. You know, this is a dressing that you want to really fill the plate with. It's a real part of the dish, and when you eat it, you'll end up with that beautiful milky curds from the burrata, mixing with all the lovely citrus and the chili and the heat. So there you go. That is how we prepare our burrata with citrus. That's my knife kit. This was for my friends at Delicious. All the recipes for this can be found at deliciousmagazine.co.uk.